a wonderful morning with Brian. And Brian, we welcome you. It's so good to see you today. And here is Brian.
Bonjour. Welcome to Quebec City. We're going to head towards the oldest part of town, where we're going to begin with a little walking tour at the oldest part. You'll be able to take some beautiful pictures there and such.
Are you doing that? What's that? It's back. Did you want to pause? Did you get that? Say something? Oh, yeah. We'll come back.
So again, what we're going to do is begin at the oldest part of town, and then we'll get back in and we'll come back up here. We're in the old city. We're inside a walled city, in case you don't know. And then we'll visit, of course, modern Quebec. So we'll have a few stops along the tour. We're going to have a nice little leisure tour here. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask, and I will try and answer without lying too much. And again, my name is Brian. How's that for a fine French name, huh? Well, don't tell anybody, but my family name is a little less. It's Kirkwood. But I was born and raised here. I'll show you where a little later. I'm sure it'll surprise you what surprises me. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Are you all from New Brunswick?
No.
We? No?
Yes.
Okay. Nova Scotia? Okay. Good. First time here? For most? You're going to love it. It's got a very European French flavor to this city. And did you know that Quebec City is the capital? This is the government town. Before continuing, I have a very important question. Do we have government employees on board? No, silly me. When I was younger, I used to call them workers. I was young. I didn't know. So I guess you don't know this, folks. There's a law here in Quebec City that states that provincial and/or federal employees are not allowed to look out the window in the morning. Do you know why? They wouldn't know what to do in the afternoon. Wouldn't you know it? The only one on board knew the answer. But what's even more surprising, she's still awake. My God, you've improved. You can tell she's retired now. Yeah, she's lost some of her good habits. All right, so I should have warned you from the start. I've got two types of jokes, at least I think I do. I've got what I call sheep jokes, because they're bad. Wait. And I've also got what I call Polaroid jokes, and that's because they take a moment to develop. I like a little give and take, especially with Nancy Drury's tours. As a matter of fact, we had almost snow here yesterday, and when they heard Nancy's coming to town, they rose the temperature. They had closed a bar up on the Grand Alley, and then when you heard Nancy's in town, well, let's reopen the darn thing. We don't want any trouble, you know what I mean? You're allowed to turn, my friend. Only Montreal, you're not allowed to. By the way, we're allowed to turn right on red lights. Yeah, but we just had that privilege. You've been doing it for 1,000 years.
Looks like it's open.
But if you look carefully, yeah, it is open. If you look carefully occasionally, folks, you'll see signs indicating that you're not allowed. Look, see just above the lights? That one, you're not allowed to turn right on the red light. You see the sign just there? So the day after we were allowed to do so, 85% of the corners we weren't allowed to do so. Sound like Quebec? Yeah, a whole lot. And the guy who makes the signs is the brother of the guy who made the law. What a coincidence. Yeah, $250 a pop, those signs, by the way. Look right, folks. Here's our outdoor skating rink. It's a little hot this morning, so the ice won't be forming today, but that's actually a skating rink right there. And we can actually go skating there. Actually, let's go right back up towards the hotel to start the, we'll do the circle now instead of coming back later for the inside. We're back in the walled city. Look left slowly, please, Jason. Look left. Believe it or not, folks, this is a two-way street. Look at the sign. It says no buses. What the? Why not? Where's the problem? That's a two-way street today. So look around you, folks. You'll see all the little shops and everything is waiting for your arrival after the tour there. You were here for what, about a week and a half, Nancy? And so you'll be able to do some shopping. Gentlemen, you'll be pleased to know they're open 7 days a week till late at night. I mean ladies, sorry.
Brian, just going all the way up and back down?
Yeah.
Just go later. Just do a tour, seeing as how we didn't get a chance to do my little thing about it. Okay. Yeah, please. Thank you.
We got all kinds of time. So you can see, look, we got pubs, we got bars, we got restaurants, we got grocery stores, music shops, you name it, we got it. Remember, this is a living city in this walled city. At one time in our history, way back when, 10,000 people lived here, but now with the shops and the restaurants and hotels, it's about 3,500 people that live here within the walled city. So different styles for different folks. And look, McDonald's restaurant. You can use it, of course, as a restaurant, but especially as a reference point. Back to the right, all the shops, and to the left, as we're facing, we're heading back up towards the Chateau. So we'll do it now rather than come back a little later, as I was going to tell you some bits of information here, so I'll do it this time around. So look straight ahead, St. Patrick Pub. Salute if you must. Take in front of the City Hall, please. Actually, you can go behind. Either one, you decide. And by the way, look at this street on the left. See it right there? That's a one-way street. But guess what? It used to be two-way. And guess what? My father, Mark, God rest his soul, was one of the first official tour guides of Quebec City. In the early 60s, he used to drive in a 57 Cadillac limousine. Remember those with the big bombshells in the front and the fins, 8 passengers? I used to hop in with occasionally. And Dad used to do it on purpose to drive through there, fully knowing that it was a two-way street. He and I were the only two that knew. And the tourists were always shocked to see this vehicle coming towards us, and of course that's where I learned how to cuss in French. It's sort of par for the course when you're in big boulevards. Ooh, that was close. Let's hear it for Jason. City Hall on your right, slowly please, search slowly. City Hall. Remember Will and Kate, 2011, they stood on the steps here of the 3rd of July on their honeymoon, and they were well received here in Quebec City, and I was pleasantly pleased. On your left, the Cathedral, Our Lady of Quebec. The church has been there since 1663. Yes, you'll be able to go into the churches on your own time there. There's no problem. There's only a restriction perhaps on taking pictures with flash bulbs because of the gold leaf, they say. I won't go any further with that. Look left, folks, and your hotel is just in front of us now, in case you haven't noticed. But look left, and there's the Anglican Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, right there. It's been there since 1804. It's the first Anglican cathedral to have been consecrated outside of British Isles. So, folks, I hope you've enjoyed your city tour. And enjoyed. Boy, time flies when you're having fun, eh? You know what I mean? Ooh la la. Huh? City Hall again on your right, and they're rearranging all the areas. You can see they have little summer concerts here, little shows and such. Again, just do like Jason, close your eyes and everything like that. Again, let's hear it for Jason. Huh? Of course, he's had practice. He's been here before. Now, you're going to look to your right and you're going to see the beautiful Laurentian Mountains in the distance. And look for colors are already arrived. Since July, we start getting colors around it. And look here at one of the newest monuments in Quebec City. I'm not really sure what it's all about, but I think it's got something to do with hockey. Yeah, would you agree that that's the face-off in the left wing? And did I warn you about the bad jokes? You just didn't believe me. So, St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church right here behind me. My ancestors at Kirkwoods out of Scotland would have been of this faith. And over many generations married the Quebec girls who are Roman Catholics, and I'm the Roman Catholic faith. But full services, regular services here at St. Andrews since 1810. Built by the British after the Battle of the Plains of Abraham. I believe we have descendants on board. Look right and you'll see the little side street. See that one over there on the far right? See how it drops where the truck SAQ? So just normally we'd be on that street, but there's construction there and there's lots in the city too these days. But watch the next one. That street you're going to see coming up on your right is one way coming at us. And let's see what we'll see of it. Yeah, look right there. See what I mean, where the trucks are in there? So imagine those are one-way streets coming up, but when you get to the top in the wintertime in a snowstorm, you got a stop sign. So then you slide down. Well, look at this one. Yeah, well this one is one way going down. You notice you got a bit of a glip there. And many years ago, a gentleman with a station wagon missed his brakes on the black ice and drove fully through the restaurant wall. It entered it completely with his station wagon. Boy, did he get quick service. And I wasn't there, but I think he invented drive-through restaurants.
You're going back down.
Yes, sir, please.
You
So
go
you
up.
look,
You going that way back down?
whichever. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go back towards the shadow. Good idea. So in front of us is where they dock and park the calèches, the horse and buggy teams. And for your information, it's about a 45-minute run throughout the city. They do mostly in the old and modern Quebec. You're going to feel a bit of the vibrations of the cobblestones. All of our streets have them. They've covered most of them with asphalt because of the vibration that will do a number on your vehicles. And they're very slippery when wet. I want you to notice the beautiful flowers everywhere and the cleanliness and this is Canada in general. We should applaud ourselves. That's one of the first things most tourists point out is how clean everything is. You're going to see lots of statues also and throughout the city. As we're now going to turn left, that's St. Louis Gate. That's the main, we'll come back to there later. That's the main road heading up the Grand Alley towards the bridges. So again, we're within the walled city. You can see the St. Louis Gate. The wall is 2 3/4 miles in length, or 4.6 kilometers, making Quebec City one of the oldest, one of the only North American cities in the wall. It's a walled-in city. So you can see on the left there's a hotel right on the corner. Notice the sign Manoir de l'Esplanade. Being that it's one of the first, not one of, it is the first hotel that people encounter as they come in on the main road here, and so it's a popular hotel for that reason. We're going to turn left in front of it soon and head down St. Louis Road. We're heading towards the famous Chateau Frontenac. I want you to look left and imagine renting a room in this hotel right here. Look over your left shoulder. Look at the beautiful view through those windows. Look at that crystal clear view through those windows. Ooh la la, eh? The reason? Back during the British regime, a British officer decided to put a window tax in your homes. People cemented them up and said, "Here, tax man, take that." Check out the flowers hanging from the windowsills and the posts and such, and look down the side street on your left and get ready to see the English bay window, that rounded part that juts out of the building. That's the English architectural style that you'll soon see, and the corner building right there with the grey roof has got a French mansard roof. So you can see the combination of old French with old English and the beautiful flowers everywhere. So a nice mixture of English and French architecture. Fine restaurants, 4 and 5 star, and notice they all have the menus posted outside, making it easier for you to pick and choose. Anybody understand French on board? Of course, huh? Beaucoup de restaurants italiens, savez-vous pourquoi? Parce que les Québécois sont ravioli.
French ravioli.
Because Quebecers are ravioli. That means happy in bed. Ravioli, 3 words. Oh la la. Monsters College back there and the museum. You can visit in there. It's very lovely. In other words, your hotel is just on the other side of the earth signs. So if you walk out of your hotel, turn right, take the next side street and come back, you're right back. So here's the hotel, Chateau Frontenac. Remember the funicular? Tourist Information Center. And if you want to go down, you can take the staircase or the elevator to go down or stay up. There's all kinds of shops here, obviously. Monument of Faith since 1919.
And the staircase is over here.
Staircase on your right, near that green and white tower there, leads you down to Place Royale. And you see the monument here and the flags of the United Nations. Quebec City has been voted a World Heritage City by UNESCO. You see the sign right there. UNESCO's voted Quebec City a World Heritage City. Post office, the big dome building again is the post office. There's the doors just ahead of us here. Simons, you're going to get a partial glimpse of it there in a few minutes. It's more to the left. In other words, it'll be right next to the